What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, if you've been watching these videos, you guys know that we were on like a 12 to 13 day win streak. And some of these days, it's not just us going up 2-3 units. We're going up 15, 10, 20 units on some of these days, right? You're seeing, me going back over the past week, we've literally hit pretty much every single day a 4-man entry. And we've had some days like this, right? Hit a 4-man, we hit a 3-man and another 3-man back to back to back all in the same day. Now, yesterday was our first losing day that we have had in like the past 2 weeks, which is really crazy to think about how insane of a run we've had. We've had one of the best 2 weeks that we have ever had on this channel or on my VIP. We've had better months before, like going back into April. We've had 100 unit plus months, and on April, I still have to calculate how much in total we went up. The beginning of April didn't do so well, and then the last 2 weeks of April just absolutely dominated, probably went up 80 to 90 units in that 2-week period there. Incredible stuff. And that's without NFL season, mind you, right? When we have NFL and college football season, just a cherry on top, we're going to have even more plays and things it's just even better during those times because there's just more to choose from. Now, that being said, we can still win obviously a ton during the esports periods, during soccer, and all these things go on year round. Now, we had our first losing day in like a 2-week period. I'm actually kind of happy about it. I kind of wanted to have a losing day at one point because, again, you guys have to understand that you're going to eventually have losing days. Losing days are part of the program. This is part of sports betting. If you think that you're going to come on every single day in sports betting and take, 8 to 10 plays a day and just win every single day, especially with 4-mans, and you think, the one losing day you have, you're just going to opt out and be like, oh man, this isn't for me. I'm telling you guys right now that during sports betting, if you want to be a profitable sports bettor, you have to learn to have losing days, control your emotions during losing days. And it's good to have this, right? Because I can talk about this type of stuff. So going into yesterday, we had this play right here miss by 0.5. All right. So this guy literally needed one more kill and he did not get it. Of course, it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, guys, this is how stuff is going to work sometimes. Sometimes you're going to get that extra kill. Sometimes you're not. Again, I want to reiterate that I think this was a 9x. All right. So if this play would have hit, right? If this guy would have gotten one more kill, which he could have easily done, right? If this play gets one more kill, then this hits for a 9x, and I think we had like 5 misses, right? This is a miss, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses right here yesterday. And again, this one wouldn't have counted because it would have hit. So we would have only had 4 misses. Now, if this one hit for a 9x, we would have instantly gone up 8 units, which means that we go up 8 units here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 misses. So we go up 8 units, 4 misses. That would have been up 4 units on the day. All right. So just one kill swing could have made us profitable, obviously. But again, it didn't happen. And that's completely fine, right? That's completely part of the program. We're going to have losing days at some point. And we had one here. And again, we've just had 2 weeks of winning. All right. So with that being said, a 0.5 miss here. We also had a 0.5 miss here with this guy, Fair or something like that. And he had 35 pass attempts. Now, I talked about this one yesterday, and I thought that he was going to hit because you'll see 66 minutes left in this game, which is like 2/3 of the game had gone by. So there's still another third of the game to happen. And he already had 32 pass attempts. So I was like, what are the chances he's going to get, 6, 7 more pass attempts? Probably pretty high. And I thought this one was going to hit, honestly. It didn't. He only had 3 more pass attempts in the last like 30 minutes of the game, which is really insane to think about. And he ended with 35, right? So again, if this guy gets 4 more pass attempts during the entire soccer game that he played, then this one also would have hit. And the same situation would have happened, of course. So we missed this one by a couple of pass attempts. We missed this one by 1 kill. This is the type of stuff that it's okay, guys. It's going to happen in sports betting. We're going to get a little bit unlucky or whatever you want to say. Now on better, we hit a 3x and we also hit a 1.5x as well because this play voided, or this play finished at 15, so that this play pushed, right? So better, a 3x, a 0.5x or a 1.5x, and then we had another play that ended up voiding. All right, so we go 2 for 2 on better once again. All right, better, we've been just absolutely destroying. I meant to add a video of me scrolling through my better account. I'll do it tomorrow, but we've hit, I don't know, probably 80 to 85% of the better entries that we've taken over the past couple of weeks here. And again, these are like 3x entries. It's not just taking like 2x's or 1.5x's. Like we are hitting full 2-man 3x entries 80, 85% of the time on better. It's been insane. you could, I kid you not, make an extra $300 to $500 a month just with Better alone, just with some of these other apps like Sleeper, Better, utilizing the discounts they give out every day. It is not that difficult to make money with these discounts. Actually, it's pretty much impossible not to make money with discounts as long as you're just choosing okay, decent plays that have 50-50 odds and you're pairing it up with discounts. Now, going through the rest of the day, guys, we have this play set up for us in the next couple of hours here. So it's Real Madrid versus Espanola. I took the guys on Espanola to go under. Real Madrid, very good team. They should possess the ball quite a lot. And again, soccer is very correlated, all right? So what we do here on this channel is we do correlation, and we've been doing this for the past 2 years. And Prize Picks, it just turns a blind eye at some point, right? Because we have profited over 1,000 units on this channel on my VIP over the past 2 years, 600 units in 2024, 170 units in 2025, probably up on the realm of like 70-ish units so far this year as well. And by the middle of this year, I'm hoping to go up about 200 units, finish off with football season and go up 500 units at the end of this year. I've been very clear about that goal. So hopefully we can hit that. Now, with correlation, a couple of things I do want to talk about because I kind of want to make this video a little bit of a learning video here because we did have a losing day. And again, I think it's just a good video to teach some things, right? So with that being said, we had this discount with Tyrese Maxey. These guys both go over together, all right? Because this is very correlated in League of Legends. So just like soccer, where guys are going to go under or over together pass attempt wise, if you possess the ball a lot, you're going to get a lot of pass attempts. If you possess the ball less, you're going to get less of pass attempts, right? It makes sense. If you have the ball a ton, you're going to have a lot of passing. If you don't, you're not. Same thing in the NFL, guys. If you have a lot of throwing yards, a lot of passing yards, like Sam Darnold and JSN, you're going to have a lot of receiving yards as well, right? So the more passing yards, the more receiving yards with a quarterback and a number one receiver, and the less, right? If Sam Darnold only has 150 yards, then JSN might only have like 30 or 40 yards, right? And then vice versa, right? If he has 500, JSN's going to have like 200 yards, okay? It's the same thing in League of Legends. All right, so this Marble and EV guy, I took them over, and they both go under together extremely well, right? This is beautiful correlation. This is exactly what we want to see. Exactly what we want to see, right? If you see right here in League of Legends, these guys end up going over together. Perfect. I chose the over, and again, I already went over this soccer guy. I needed like 4 more pass attempts, but this is absolutely phenomenal, right? Both these guys go over together. Perfect. Both these guys go over together. Perfect. Both these guys go under together. This is also perfect, right? And notice how even though these are losing entries, I'm talking about them as they're really good. This is exactly what the strategy is, right? This is exactly what we want to see. This is our strategy that we use over the long term, and it's working, right? We're choosing guys over or under. Sometimes the overs, we're going to choose it the right way. Sometimes we're not. But again, these guys are going over together and under together in League of Legends. Now, a couple of things about that, guys. I actually was looking through some of my past videos, and what's crazy is we hit this 9x yesterday, and I wanted to show you guys that 2 years ago, almost to the day, right? This was May 18th, 2024. All right. So this is close to 2 years ago now. This is on my channel. You guys can find it if you want to go back, 2 years of videos or whatever. Again, I'm sitting in this exact same room talking about the same stuff. And look at what we're betting on, guys. We're betting on League of Legends, unders together, Elk and Yun, and we're betting on 2 Valorant guys under together. Okay. And this was, again, 2 years ago, almost to the day, May 18th. Of 2024. Now, if we look at yesterday's play, who did we bet on? We bet on Elk under, we bet on Zico, who's a different guy, and we took them under together, and then what did we do down here? We took Valorant under as well, right? So crazy comparison, and again, I'm taking the exact same plays that I've been taking 2 years ago now, right? And this is what I'm talking about, where Prize Picks, they don't know what to do, right? We just continuously will beat Prize Picks over the long period of time if they're going to keep allowing this, and they've allowed this over the past 2 years, so there's no reason why they're going to stop it now. The only difference between these entries, literally the only difference, we're even betting on the same guy, Elk, right? We're literally betting on the exact same player. Only difference is they used to give us a 10x for this. Now they give us a 9x, all right, which is completely fine. 9x is obviously I'd like a 10x, but a 9x is going to do as just as well, right? So very good stuff. Very cool to see that, honestly, because I was just scrolling through some of my past videos, looking at different things to bring up and stuff, and we literally are betting on the exact same players in the exact same sports over and over again, probably 10,000 times at this point if you go back 2 years, and that is how we generated 1,000+ units over the period of that time, because we have a winning strategy long term, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Everything that I talked about today, hopefully you should be understanding, right, with the correlation, and not every day you're going to win, guys. And again, one also key point is, like I talked about, let's say if this play hit right here and gives us a 9x, then we would have just instantly became super profitable on the day, going up like 4 units or whatever. So you only need one of these hits maybe every day or whatever, you only these 9x and 10x entries, they pay off a ton of losses when that does happen. Similar thing here, right? If these guys go ahead and go under together and this does end up hitting, this would be a 6x for us, which would be really nice. And this would pay off a lot of the losses that we did have the past day. Nice to see. Last thing is Jason Tatum DMP'd, so this is a complete refund for us. Joe Cito goes and gets 19 kills, which is crazy, and then Morgan only gets 2, so I don't really know what happened in this game, but this was a refund for us there. Again, a lot of times in League of Legends, these guys are going to go over together, under together. It didn't end up happening. Yosito had an insane game, and then Morgan not so much, but again, at the end of the day, this is normally what's going to happen, right? Same thing in football. Sometimes Dak Prescott's going to throw for 400 yards, and maybe CeeDee Lamb is only going to get 30 or 40 yards, right? It's rare, but it could happen. But at the end of the day, most of the time, CeeDee Lamb's going to get 100 plus yards if Dak's throwing that well. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. The multiple ways to get into my VIP, guys. The main one I want to talk about today is with Bovada. Super simple to sign up for with Bovada today. You get 2 free months of the VIP. Text me Bovada, guys. Put $20 or more into Bovada, and then you'll get 2 free months of the VIP. With that being said, I have my lock of the day. This game is happening in the NBA today, and once you sign up or once you text me Bovada, I'm going to give you this lock of the day, which is my guaranteed lock of the day, my guaranteed win. Now, you might be saying, well, nothing is guaranteed in sports betting, and you were right about that. Nothing's guaranteed, right? People can lose, people can win, even though this is a really good play and I really like it. With that being said, if the play misses, I'm going to Venmo or Cash App you back the 20 to 25 bucks that you put into Bovada. If the play hits, then great, the play hits and you get that money, and the play wins, right? So you'll get that payout. If the play misses, then I'm going to personally pay you back the 25, okay? So again, this is a complete guaranteed risk-free lock of the day, and I'm pretty much sponsoring a free pick, right? So if you guys ever get a free pick on FanDuel or on, some of these other betting apps like Sleeper or even PrizePicks will sometimes randomly give out free picks. This is me sponsoring a free pick for you guys, right? So if the play hits, great. If the play misses, you're going to get that money back in the form of a Cash App or Venmo. And then there's a couple of ways to get into the VIP with Polymarket, with Calsheet, with Underdog, with Chalkboard, pretty much any app that you've ever heard of, guys. Rebet, Better, which is another one that I talked about today. I can get you guys signed up. I can get you guys a free month of the VIP. All right. So let's get into today's pick. A couple just very quick things is jersey giveaway, Tyrese Maxey. I'm doing that tomorrow. And then I'm going to have everything updated as how many units we're up so far this year as well, right? If you guys don't know, I just came back from Japan. So kind of getting things squared away as far as it goes with all those units and math and stuff like that I got to do. Okay, so first pick of the day is going to be here with Dean Wade, and we're going to take him over 3.5 rebounds in tonight's game, Cavs versus Raptors. The reason why I really like this pick, guys, is because he has been super consistent. All right, 5 rebounds across the board. Now he had a couple of games where he gets 3 early in the series, and then he had 3 a couple of nights ago at the end of April on April 29th. But most of the time, guys, he's getting around 8 to 9 rebound opportunities, which I really look at the opportunities and I look at the minutes rather than the rebounds, right? Because anyone can just get a random rebound bounce to them. And let's say they get like 3 rebounds, but they only had 3 rebound opportunities. But this guy had 8 rebound opportunities pretty much every single night. Now, again, 2 games ago, he only gets 6 rebound opportunities with 3 rebounds. But again, he played a lower number of minutes than he's normally playing, right? He's averaging about 25-ish minutes, right? You're seeing sometimes he's playing 22, sometimes playing 28, so it really all it is he's just getting an extra rotation some of these games, and hopefully he'll get an extra rotation tonight. But if he doesn't and he only plays 22 minutes, he still has a really good chance of going over and getting about 5, even 4 rebounds, right? Most of the time he's getting 5 rebounds, but even if he gets 4 rebounds, he would still hit this line. So I think this is way too low for him. Look for him to get about 4 to 5 rebounds tonight. Again, I don't expect him to get 8 rebounds. I don't expect him to get 1 rebound, but I'm expecting him to get about that 4 to 5 range. And I think this is setting him kind of at the floor of what he's possible of doing, right? Again, he could get 3. It's a possibility, but I really think 3.5 is the absolute minimum that this line should be set at. Okay, I think this line should at least be set at 4. I kind of want to look at his past lines and how they were set, right? So most of these games, he is getting set at 4, right? So last game he got set at 3.5, he goes and gets 5, and then the game before that, his line was at 4. So most of the time they are setting his line at 4, right? A couple of nights ago against the Hawks, his line was actually at 3.5 on Sleeper, heavily juiced to the over as well, all right? So it's good to see that there. A lot of the apps are favoring his over in the past different matchups that he has had and in the past games in this series, all right? Really like this play in the NBA, so go ahead and take Dean Wade over 3.5 rebounds. And then, guys, you know what it is, guys. We're taking a League of Legends 2-man right here, and we're pairing this all up as a 3-man. This should be a 5.5x for you, and this is FlyQuest versus SR, so FlyQuest versus Shopify Rebellion. And let me show you guys why I really like this play. First and foremost, guys, when you're talking about League of Legends, you always need to talk about who is favored in the game, who's going to win the game, who's going to lose the game. And this is not what I am thinking, right? I very rarely am making predictions of, I think this team's going to win versus this team. The reason why is because why would I do that when I can literally look at sites like Bovada, sites like Thunderpick, different sites that set actual odds for these games, okay? If you're looking at the money line, FlyQuest is around minus 300 to win this game. So that means they are pretty heavily favored in League of Legends terms, all right? SR is plus 210, so they're not so favored. So I'm expecting FlyQuest to either 1-1 their opponent, so get 1 win and 1 loss, or 2-0 them, right? 2-0 would be the ideal situation because that means that they win 2 games and they lose 0 games. That would mean that they get a lot of kills, all right? And I can actually show you this just from this guy, right? I can show you from Griffin, I can show you from Masu, who are the 2 people that we're betting on. And let me show you this right now, right? If I sort it by the games that they lose both games, which is unlikely to happen, but of course it could, then this is what happens, right? He only gets 1 kill here, 2 kills here, 10 kills here in this game, and that was kind of an outlier there. But let's look at the games where he wins both games, right? And you're going to see that he is going over a lot of the times at 12, 9, 15, okay? Let's look at Masu, same thing. Let's sort by the games where he wins both games. He's going over quite a lot. The games where he loses both games, he's going under every single game that he's lost both games, all right? The reason being is because this is how League of Legends is played. When you win a lot, you get a lot of kills. When you lose, you don't get as many kills, okay? So if these guys do go 2-0, you're going to see both of these guys very likely going over together. Both of these guys are going to go over because they're going to get a lot of kills, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. I can go through some of these games, some of these random games and just show you guys that the winning team is most likely going to get 2 to 3x more kills than the losing side, okay? So winning team, 18 kills, losing team, 7 kills, okay? Winning team, 23 kills, losing team, 9 kills, all right? And I'm just clicking around random games here, 13 to 26, 7 to 18, right? Let's go back, a couple of days ago here. Let's go back to a random game on April 23rd, and let's just click, I don't know, this game. Jinji, 15 to 13, and then it's 6 to 16, all right? This game right here, 8 to 15, and then it's 6 to 21, all right? So hopefully you guys are understanding that the winning team is going to get more kills, the losing team is going to get less kills. That is why oftentimes I'm betting on the winning team to go over, and I'm betting on the losing team to go under, okay? Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not true, but most of the time that is what's going to happen, right? I'm going to bet on the favored side to go over, the less favored side to go under. Sometimes there's times where, if you go 1-1, you're going to want to bet on the maybe not so favored team or whatever, but this for the most part is the strategy here. We're taking correlated duos like this all the time in League of Legends, in Counter-Strike, in Valorant, in soccer, and in the NFL and college football, okay? So it's not rocket science. I haven't reinvented the wheel really in the past 2 years, and you guys saw that in the last video, in that video that I showed on May 18th, 2 years ago, which is crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions, leave that down in the description. Again, sign up for Bovada to get this lock of the day. This can be my lock of the day. And if this does hit, I'm going to be talking about it, right? So if you don't have Bovada yet, get Bovada, and you'll get this free entry from me that I'm super guaranteed to win. If it doesn't, I'll pay you guys back, all right? Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.